Go. Well, good morning, everyone. This is Jonathan Banks with Next in the St. Paul Restaurant Resiliency Program. So happy to welcome you all back to another installment of Strategy, Tech, and Food. Today we have on the line with us here Jaimee Hendrikson from Visit St. Paul. Jaimee is going to talk to us about how restaurants are getting noticed online by keeping their online information up to date. But before we get into the conversation with Jaimee, I just wanted to give everybody an update on the St. Paul Restaurant Resiliency Program. So we're currently in the throes of phase three, working with just over 20 restaurants, 26 restaurants actually, and helping them better utilize digital tools, point of sale, online ordering, and marketing resources. So there's a lot of great success stories coming out of the program right now, and we're so happy to be engaged with these restaurants as we move forward into the new year. So we'll go and talk now to Jaimee. Jaimee is the VP of Marketing and Partnership at Visit St. Paul. Visit St. Paul is the capital city's official convention and visitors bureau with a mission to create economic growth through tourism. And Jaimee's been with them since 2013. Welcome, Jaimee.
Thanks, Jonathan. Thanks for having me.
Yeah, it's great to have you here. I think it's probably good for people just, to get acquainted with maybe first of all you a little bit and what Visit St. Paul's been doing, especially since the pandemic has been going on. I know you all have done quite the pivot and kind of adaptation looking at tourism and kind of redefining what that is. I'd love to hear more about that before we get into some maybe more of the solutions that we have here for restaurants.
Sure, thanks. Yeah, so Visit St. Paul, typically our audiences that we're talking to are people from outside of the city. As you mentioned, in regards to our mission, our goal is to bring people into the city and create economic growth for our community. So I will say that while the target audience that we're talking to is, like I said, people outside of the city, the purpose of our work and the real impact is to benefit people within the city and to benefit our local community. And with that, when the pandemic hit and we weren't traveling, we weren't inviting people, to leave their homes or come visit St. Paul, we really shifted to talking directly to our local community, really letting them know how can you support local businesses? How can you support that neighborhood vitality that is so important to all of us by keeping these restaurants going and businesses going in such tough times. And so we really moved to putting out information about what businesses are open, how can you, if you can't go to a restaurant, who has takeout, who has delivery, purchasing gift cards, anything you can do. We also, early on started a blog about the good news and the good things happening. We were
That's
hearing
important.
so many tough things. And so we're like, let's really lift up how neighbors are supporting each other, how businesses are supporting neighbors, things like that. So yeah, and as you know, it's ebbed and flowed as far as where things are at, what people are comfortable with, getting out and about. Once it was like last fall, probably, when people were more comfortable with, like just short road trips or day trips. We really highlighted, what's open, where can you go, how do you experience St. Paul? And so we've continued to do that. And like all of our partners and businesses, just kind of respond to the kind of climate of the day and where things are at.
Yeah, and totally responsive. I mean, what I've seen is, you've done, designing future of restaurants convenings, two of those with restaurants, bring folks together there, and that's probably not something that you always did, right? With restaurants, and also you work with more than restaurants. You work with all businesses in St. Paul, but really this focus on restaurants has been a big highlight for you all. Even the Dine St. Paul campaign that you
Yes.
really took that focus on helping, it's a tourism focus, but it's also really getting the word out about all the great restaurants that St. Paul has to offer. How did that go for you?
Yeah, and I will say, I was just thinking back to kind of like Visit St. Paul's relationship with Next and working together. And I know we really connected. It was prior to Dine St. Paul and your St. Paul Restaurant Resiliency Program and connecting restaurants with that. And then I think through all of that evolved um, the relationship and the city of St. Paul and the Housing Redevelopment Authority really saw the need and wanted to invest in ways to drive customers to restaurants. It was early 2021. And so coming off, having to be closed to in-person dining and through the winter and how could the city really support, they were doing, bridge loans, they're doing the St. Paul Restaurant Resiliency Program. So they're providing support, but then what customers or businesses really needed was customers, right? So they invested into marketing efforts and partnered with Visit St. Paul to execute that. And so what took place was it started out as a 3-month digital ad campaign to promote restaurants in order to drive sales and consumer awareness and to improve the overall tax base and financial stability of the community. And so through that, it was the creation of videos, robust social media, work with influencers, and then the digital ad campaign that resulted in millions of impressions. And we were able to track also, over $1 million in direct restaurant spending as well.
Yeah, that's fantastic. I mean, those numbers are great. And also, I've talked with several restaurants in the program. When I bring up Dine St. Paul, they're like, "Yes, that was so great."
Yeah.
Just so many great reviews about that. People are getting emails about it and participating. Just the public was just so engaged, and it made a difference financially. And that's what folks like you and folks like us are here to do. Not only keep our restaurants vibrant and alive, but help them, you know, reach out to customers and attract more revenue, which is, the proof is in the work that you do. That's super awesome. So you're taking it another step now with
Yes.
more benefits to
Yes.
help restaurants improve the way that they're getting noticed online. What is this? Tell me what you all are doing and how you're rolling this out to help restaurants.
Yes. And so while I'm talking here, I'm going to try to also get my presentation up. But through, as you mentioned, through Dine St. Paul and the 3-month ad campaign, yes, the results and the impact of that were awesome. But we also know that the challenges facing restaurant and hospitality businesses have not gone away. And so some of those Dine St. Paul components, sorry, I'm trying to do two things at once, have continued, and like the email list and the, sorry, Jonathan, I've got my screens are being.
I know how it goes. This is
Okay, I'm going to move you so that I
pandemic
can
living.
pull up my screen and then
Yeah.
I can see what happens here. But yes, so we know the need is still there, and we are investing in this platform called Local to continue to provide support. Are you seeing a screen with the big Local logo? Okay, awesome. All right.
I like how they spell it funny, just like we spell next funny.
I know I've had people
go.
also look at it and they read it as Loki too. So,
Loki.
it is fun. Local.
Yeah.
So sorry for my distraction there, but yeah, so we are investing in Local. We're really excited about it. It is a platform that is out there to help businesses increase their and improve their presence online and through Google. And so by Visit St. Paul and the city subscribing in this, we'll provide local services to support restaurants and hospitality businesses through recovery and into the future, using tools and resources to enhance your business's digital presence through Google. I think, the big thing to going into this is like, why the big focus on Google? The reason is every visit starts with a search. I mean, if you think about when you're making decisions like, where do I want to eat? Where do I want to stay? Where do I want to take my kids this weekend? How many times does that start with a Google search? Research shows that Google Maps is used 77% of the time when searching for info on nearby businesses.
Yeah, that makes a lot of sense because, whether you're driving across the city or if you're driving down the block or if you're driving in from Wisconsin or if you're flying in from California, whatever it is, the first thing you want to do is get acclimated with where things are in general. So you're already looking at a map. And so, it's just so convenient to have a business show up there correctly. And also, Google tricks you, right? Because, what does everybody use for their search engine? Most people, as you can see by the stats here, use Google. So you're going to type in food and then, oh, we've got Google Maps integrated here just to show you where the food is. How convenient, right?
Yes. Yeah. And Local has this additional research that nearly half of searches are local in nature. So happening, you're looking for something that's near you while you're there, and with a high intent to purchase. So this is where we're seeing it's just more important than ever for businesses to really focus where it counts. And when you're searching on Google My Business listings are now the first results displayed in every Google search. And that happens whether you're on your desktop, whether you're on your phone or mobile, or whether you're using a Google Maps app. And as customers are performing these searches, what happens? They perform the Google search, review the choices that are there, select their location, get directions, and then make a visit, ultimately resulting in a purchase. A cycle that we see happen millions of times every day, which just really reinforces the need to, put attention into how that's appearing. So what people see on Google Maps is controlled through Google My Business, and that's where businesses can get in and make updates, add pictures, make sure that there's the best presence showing up there.
That's one, and we find so many restaurants in the program who have not claimed their Google My Business, or they have not claimed their Yelp, and that's another topic. But you saw all the information there on that slide, all the attributes that a restaurant can add about themselves to really connect with customers who are thinking the same thing about what the restaurant is offering.
Exactly. It's getting in front of people like at that right moment, like they're looking to make a decision, make a purchase. And so here's an example of businesses that have really compelling and accurate listings on Google, and the things that the things that you can do once you get in there. And then here's an example of some listings that do pop up. If consumers can post images and tag them. And so if you're not in there posting your own and putting forward your best foot forward, you might end up with a picture of a dumpster. And that's not what we want to see, right? That's not what's going to bring customers and have them choose you. So we also know that business owners are very busy, and that using the Google My Business platform can be confusing and time consuming. But with Local and this partnership with Local, this is where they work with businesses to improve their pages and increase traffic. And once a business logs in and creates an account, you'll receive education to set up your Google My Business page. You get reminders for improving and maintaining your business listings. You have a dashboard to track your searches, your web traffic, and user behavior. And through Local, businesses have access to 18 months of historical data and insights versus Google's 90 days. So it's really intended to have everything in one place, to have it be a bit more user-friendly than the basic Google My Business options, and to help remind you you're busy. This is meant to save time and allow you to focus some time on this and make sure that you have the best presence and are improving in searches. There's really if you go into the more in-depth, local trainings, there's evidence of, if you add a new image periodically, that's going to boost when you appear in searches. If you are responding to reviews, that's going to boost when you appear in searches. And so what they do is kind of just send you these reminders and tips so that you can be doing that and fitting it into all the other things that you're doing in a day-to-day. And there's no limit to the number of businesses that we can have participate in this, and there is no cost to these businesses to get involved.
Well, that's great because I sent out an email blast to a whole bunch of restaurants and I said this is for restaurants in St. Paul. Is that true?
It is true. It is
Okay.
true. We are partnering for St. Paul focused business. I will say that for businesses that are in Minneapolis or West Metro, Meet Minneapolis, our counterpart, and friends over in Minneapolis, they are also working with local. So you're not left out. There's opportunities, to get in there too.
Great. Probably a different link, but
exactly. Yes.
information must be on Meet Minneapolis website.
I think I'm going to take a guess here. I think it's local.io/Minneapolis and ours is /St. Paul. So, yep. But
yes.
Yeah.
Learning the naming conventions.
Exactly. Yeah. So we are excited about this. Number one, to support our businesses and drive sales, demand, and traffic. But the other result is that by collectively improving and making sure that all of our businesses have their pages claimed and are focusing on it, we are going to improve the perception and experience of St. Paul as a whole. So our goal, through this, is to make St. Paul one of the most digitally accessible cities, and with that, extending deep into our neighborhoods.
Mm-hmm. That's so great. I mean, there's just so much alignment in the Restaurant Resiliency Program and what you all continue to offer here. Thanks so much for bringing this technology to us. What are some people saying about the local platform?
Yeah, so Portland, Oregon. So both the city of Portland through Travel Portland and through Oregon State Tourism Office have worked with local to provide these tangible value to businesses and to support tourism and recovery. And it is really impressive to see the feedback now that they've been doing it for a while of some of these businesses. So this is a variety of businesses that have shared their experience from restaurants here, seeing an increase in direct and discovery searches, seeing the impact of that, having more customers come in, hotels and attractions. Since working with local, our searches have been up more than 100% and have had 5 record months in a row. I mean, just really powerful testimonies here. And so we are really optimistic that by, we can really come together and put energy into this, that it can have this impact as well.
Yeah, and that's even an interesting quote about the discrepancies amongst a multi-location business and making sure that there's consistency where there needs to be, and a tool like this can help out. You just think about how busy our restaurant owners are and our business owners are to keep all these things straight, and something like this can fall out of grasp. And so a little bit of nudge from technology or a little bit of help from technology is definitely worth it, especially when you're talking about something that might be more distributed or enterprise.
Absolutely. And I think too, 100% everything you're saying. And then also with, over the past 2 years, how much we've seen things change, like you're open, you're closed, your hours have changed, you're only open certain days. And so going in and making those updates in your Google My Business page and being able to just quickly, go to one spot, make that update, and know that as people are searching, that they're going to get the most accurate information. For our businesses too, that have more than one location, in the Google My Business platform, if you have more than one location, you have to log into each one separately to update it. Local will put all of yours together so that you log in once and can make all those changes.
So helpful.
Yeah. And so, number one is if you don't have your business page verified, you're going to want to go do that. These are some kind of basic steps to walk through that. And it's as simple as going to googlemaps.com, in the search bar, searching your name, making sure that it's your location that you're looking at there. And then let's see if you can see where it says claim this business. You want to click through that and then follow the steps to claim it. And then if there's a time too, I'll show, I can show kind of what the local dashboard looks like.
Yeah, let's take a look. We got 6 minutes.
Okay, cool. Let's see here. Okay. Share screen. Here we go. So this first is, I just went into, as it said, to claim your business, go into Google Maps, search your business name. So I searched Visit St. Paul. You'll see, and we are working with local, and we've, updated images, make sure that our information is up to date. And then this, I'm going to show you in the dashboard too, but you're able to share. This is an example of a post that we shared on social media, and I'm able to pull into my Google My Business page. So if someone searches, finds you on, in searching for a restaurant or searching for a business, and then can see, more of your information. I'm going to show you one other thing too, because we've included an offer, which is something you can do through local. We have a visitor deals program. And so it shows up, scrolling, maybe it's not going to show up, but I'm going to show you in local then how you can add some of those offers. So
I just, while you're going there, I just add, so many restaurants, I would say people going to eat at restaurants, find them through Instagram. And there's kind of a disconnect between like what's in Instagram and like what's happening in real life. So that's really cool that you can pull the social media into the profile. Like
yeah,
that.
It is pretty amazing. So when you go to local.io/St. Paul, you're going to click on Get Started Now. It's going to take you through the steps to create an account. I think it takes 3 to 5 minutes. You're going to enter your information, your email, create an account. It's going to ask you to connect your Google My Business page, and you're going to want to click Allow and allow it to do that. You control all of the information. But in order for this to work, you're going to want to click that. And then it's going to ask you to put in some information about your business, and including, it's going to ask you a question about kind of the average dollar amount of a sale at your business. And I'll show you this once we get in the dashboard, but they have an algorithm that calculates based on, if someone clicks to get directions to your business, and is really showing that intent to purchase, it'll pull up some economic impact information there. So once you log in, this is my account. It's going to pull up, this is an example of the tasks and things that I can go in and do. When you create your account too, you can opt to pick allow notifications. And that's where, in addition to like an email or something, it's going to alert you like, hey, you haven't logged in a while, or you haven't updated a photo in a while, and allow you to do that. And then, this kind of shows you the overview. This is the analytics page. I'm going to go here to the last couple weeks.
Cool.
Yeah.
We see how many times people are calling you.
Yes. So, as you can see, okay. So number of website visits directly to my page and how it's compared to the previous period or the previous year. How many people called me through Google My Business, how many people got directions. And then I don't have a dollar amount because as a CVB right now, as far as like a sale, it's right now listed at 0. But when you put that in, you'll be able to see that. It's going to show you 2 top zip codes that are searching you. How many people got to your page by searching your business category or product. And then here's how many got to your page by searching specifically your business name. And then how that compares and has changed over time. And then here's where I showed you that post, that social media post. This is analytics related to those posts, total views of my page. photo views, and then I don't have a lot of reviews right now, which is something as a business you want to make sure and change.
I'll get in there and leave one for you, Jaimee.
Oh, thanks.
Get you
And then
started.
really quick, because I know we're wrapping up here, but I'm just going to show you quick. So this is where you can go in, you can quickly add photos and update them. Once you create your account and connect your social media, this is where it's telling me every time we have a new social media post, it's pulling it into here. And then what I can do is say, if I find one, like, I'm like, yeah, this should really be on our page. I can go in and edit it so that it is a good fit for the Google page, and then easily publish it, and it's there. And then also, oh, look here, events. You can create an event post, and then you can create an offer post. And that's where, like I said, we have the Visit St. Paul deals post. So it shows up as an offer as people are there. And then quickly to reputation. So this is where it's going to pull all your reviews. And then this is really cool. You can create a few like quick replies so that when you have a review here, you hit reply. It pulls up the quick reply for you. You can plug that in. You might want to, tweak it slightly, maybe put the person's name in or edit it a bit, but really is going to save you time and allow you to be responding to those.
Get you started, yep.
Yes. And if you have multiple locations, like I said, there's the managed locations section. We just have one. So it's showing up like that. But yeah, just a quick, walkthrough of what
Perfect.
that's like.
Well, thanks for giving us the tour, and thanks for bringing this awesome tool to restaurants and businesses in the city of St. Paul. Give us the URL again for people to sign up.
Yes, it's locl.io/Saint spelled out. So St. Paul, SAINTPAUL. And Jonathan, thank you so much. Thanks to Next. Thanks for working with the Restaurant Resiliency Program and all that you're doing. We love working with you and are excited to help get this out to as many businesses as we can.
Likewise, Jaimee, likewise. And we got to get everybody on this. Everybody having that Google presence is so important. And you and I are of the same mind. St. Paul has to be the most digitally enabled city that anyone has ever seen. So we're taken some great steps to get there, and this is another one on your part. Thank you so much. Thanks for coming by today.
Thank you.
Talk soon.
All right.
Bye.
Bye.
And see everybody. We'll see you in the new year with another strategy, tech, and food. Have a happy holiday and a wonderful new year. See you then. Bye.